Dermot is a dangerous man. Oh no, Dermot is the good guy. Yeah, Carlton's a dangerous guy who's in prison, and Dermot is the new boyfriend of the main character. And if you, like anyone, I suppose, if you had an ex who was had a bad reputation or was in prison, you might not necessarily bring them up to your next partner straight away. On a first date, you might keep it quiet. So it's all about the character trying to meet someone new and move on with her life. But she's got this secret ex who he's in prison, but he's kind of still having an effect on her. And obviously, once Dermot learns that there's this dangerous ex, he naturally thinks I need to run a mile. I need to stay away. But at that point, it's already too late. Things are in motion. So yeah, it was a good way of, going through the story of a woman meets a new man, but there's the history in the past, the previous man is gonna kind of affect everything. No, again, this was just so most of my ideas come from if I've been in a particular setting or scenario and I think, okay, what could happen in this? So a couple of years ago, my daughter was born. So when I was sitting on the maternity ward, you see, there's other mums and partners and babies. And they're only kind of separated by a curtain in between the beds. So you start to think, well, what, in a story, what if, one of the mums on the other side of that curtain, like what if she was going to do something terrible in the night, like swap a baby and it didn't get discovered and the couples went home from the hospital and it's only afterwards that people start to think something's not right here. So yeah, it's taking normal everyday situations and then putting the craziest twist you can on it. So I used to be full like winging it, by the seat of my pants, just go with the story, see what happens. But since working with publishers, they want to see an outline and a structure. So I've kind of gone the other way now, and I'm now my outlines are getting more detailed. Um, so yeah, I guess I've experienced both sides of it, and there's pros and cons to both. It's nice when you've got a solid outline and you know that you've got enough for 75,000 words. But it's also if you're just winging it, so creatively, you're under pressure at every chapter. And I think that sometimes leads to better twists and turns in the story. Because if you don't know where it's going, then the reader's got no chance. And it is nice to sit down and think, okay, I'm going to write a few chapters today, but I've no idea what's going to happen. That's quite exciting.